Hi everyone, Billy Nell here. We are continuing to talk about how to regain momentum. This momentum that we've lost, especially in the midst of this pandemic called COVID-19. Many of us were going so well, and then we hit this wall called COVID-19. And so I've been giving you some practical steps that you can take during this time to regain that lost momentum. The first one was to invest deeper into yourself during this time. The second was to rethink the goals and plans that you set for yourself at the beginning of 2020. Because here's what I know, the goals that I set at the beginning of 2020 are no longer realistic. And so we need to rethink those. Today, I want to just briefly talk about the third and fourth steps that you can take toward regaining momentum. And the third step is this, and it's similar to the second, but it is reevaluate your priorities. And specifically here, what I'm talking about is reevaluating priorities for the purpose of budgeting. This is a good time to rethink your budget, your programs, your ministries. In other words, after you have rethought your goals, rethought your plans, made some necessary changes, the next step is to give those new goals and those plans a high priority ranking in the budget to make sure that you are ready to do those. Reprioritize your budget to fund those programs or those ministries if you're a church that will help you to regain momentum. Don't go into the budgeting process like you do every year and do the same old thing of what I call line item budgeting. That's not effective. A better budgeting practice is what I call priority budgeting. In other words, making sure that you are budgeting only those programs, those ministries that help you to fulfill your mission, your vision, and your goals. In other words, do you need to reallocate funds from a less effective program to a more effective program? Or maybe you need to start an entirely new program and fund that. Now is the time to be discussing these issues with your leadership team, because this pandemic, if it's doing one thing, it is this: it is forcing us to make changes. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of these changes may be just what it takes for your organization to regain momentum. So take time to reevaluate your priorities. The fourth step to regaining momentum after we've lost it because of this pandemic, and this is something that's really important for your people. Hold out hope to your people. And here's what I mean. Hope always believes and hope always communicates that there are better days ahead. Because if you or your people don't have hope for a better tomorrow, I promise you, you will never get momentum going. Brian Dodd says that the most important thing a leader can give his people is hope. And that is so true. Napoleon Bonaparte put it like this. He said, leaders are dealers in hope. And I believe that. People with hope can cope. People without hope only mope. And that is so true. In other words, people with hope, they can deal successfully with, stressful situations, with times that are changing. People without hope, they cannot. And so here we are in this pandemic, and people are feeling right now the negative effects of it. And what they need right now is they need to see a brighter and better tomorrow on the other side of this pandemic. And that is the leader's job. That is the leader's responsibility, to give hope to his people. So give your people a future hope. Give them a vision for a brighter and better tomorrow. The Apostle Paul said it like this. He said, "One thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and straining forward to what lies ahead." In other words, Paul said, I'm focused on tomorrow. So hold out hope to your people. Tomorrow we will look at the fifth step to regaining momentum. So join me tomorrow. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.